Right. Oh. Rouge for Juliet Foxtrot, good morning. Rouge November 3 for Juliet Foxtrot, PA28 at the ramp. And we are going to taxi for 35 departure to the north. Rouge for Juliet Foxtrot, taxi to the runway to the holding short point 35. Check for the departure. Flaps 2, rotation 55. Case of minor issue before rotation speed, brakes and left exits to the taxiway. After a rotation, minor issue, right turn for downwind 35, and a major issue after takeoff, engine failure after takeoff, 30° each side, 70 knots, and we select landing spot. Maximum 30° each side. Check no one is in final. We line up. We are supposed to have already performed the run-up check. Now we are set with landing lights, flaps 2, and taxi for takeoff trim, landing lights. Full reach, both mags, pumps, lights, heat off, instruments, and we say takeoff. Rouge Foxtrot, November 31 for Juliet Foxtrot, 35 right, taking off for north departure. (350 RPM), no alarm panel checked, speed alive, and 60 rotation, 70 for the initial climb. Oh, climbing fast. Alright, checks at 1000, 70 until 300 from clear from the ground. Passing 300, flaps up, rising to 80 knots, flaps up, pumps off, lights off, and we're climbing to 2200. Pérouge, November 3 and 4 Juliet Foxtrot, 1300 for 2200 north departure. See you later. We are switching now to 132 135 decimal 2. Listening if anything happens there. Yo. We say nothing happens. Lyon information. Good morning. November 3 and 4 Juliet Foxtrot. 4 Juliet Foxtrot. Lyon information. Good morning. Go ahead. 4 Juliet Foxtrot. Piper 28 from Pérouge to Villefranche. Now 2203 north of Pérouge and direct. Villefranche, we'd like to climb 2,500. Correction, we'd like to climb 4,500 for Juliet Foxtrot. And for Juliet Foxtrot, request granted. Climb 4,500 route direct Pérouge, direct Villefranche and Squawk 7030. Squawk 7030, direct Villefranche, climb 4,500, Foxtrot. November 314, Juliet Foxtrot. Here we are. Squawk should be set. By the way, Squawk is now on and is now set. 7030. And we make the departure check. So the airframe is clean. Is it really? Yes, it is indeed. Clean up. Bombs off. Landing lights off. Set for cruise. Climbing 4,500. Instructing the passenger to look out for traffic and for birds. We are climbing 4,500 and it's approximately 9 minutes of flight, I guess. Starting timer. The heading is Westly, heading to 70. So, good morning everyone. This airplane is the version 3.2 of Carenado PA28. They made a lot of changes since version 1, which I used to fly. This version seems to be really good. And they upgraded some of the flight characteristics and have to check that, but it seems to be quite close from the real airplane. Have to check the stall, have to check the performance, but so far it looks to be quite not bad and quite good, in fact, for training purpose, I guess. This door should be latched. Yes, I have to check this airplane in detail, but it looks to be quite good. And lateral trim doesn't seem to have any trim on the ailerons. That's interesting. That's really interesting. So you can't trim on the roll. We are now with Lyon information. Pérouge, small airport in France. It's a class Golf, and we are now inside class Delta, if I'm right. Is either Charlie or Delta, but I'm quite sure it's Delta. And that's a so-called TMA. That we have Lyon Saint-Exupéry over there. You can see both runways there. It's a Charlie airspace over there, and right now we are inside the Delta airspace, outer the Charlie airspace, outer of the tower of Syntex. But we are in a controlled airspace. That's why we are on 135.20. Otherwise need to be below 2,500 in this area. We can remain inside the Gulf if we would like to. We are climbing 4,500. We have Villefranche-sur-Saône just straight ahead, and I never tried to climb so quickly after the departure. And in fact, straight inside the departure of the IFR, because depending on the wind, either you are in the final meeting with the final ILS for runway 318, or you are in the departure of runway 36. But I guess if you are in the departure, they turn early and they should be much higher. So when this area is operating 36, you can probably climb 4,500 in this region. But when you have south wind, you probably get refused to climb until past the runway, in fact. The axis of the runways. And trimming this airplane is not so difficult. Now it's trying to bank right. Apparently you can't really trim on ailerons, as I said. Didn't notice that before. So I guess it's on purpose, and we are making 110 knots. There's something there, not sure what this is. And now we are going to be quite clear from the TMA, I guess. More or less in this region, the TMA floor raises up to 6,500. By the way, this is live, one of the first live trying to do on the channel, and I hope this is working quite fine. So this is really just basically live. I had no idea which flight going to do. This is really unprepared live, trying to see if we can do something not too wrong, so to say, in this condition. And yes, the PA-28 is an airplane I usually fly. LFHC Lima Foxtrot Hotel Charlie, small strip in France. It's actually a field, grass field, and it's 690 meters runway length. And we can get out, but then the noise becomes overwhelming. And we have just here under train station, not a train station, it's where the trains are changing the load or something. They are this is a work area. That's a spot, VFR spot. It's November or November Alpha, don't remember. So there, over there we can see. So it means we are quite on track. And past this point, heading 290, and we can switch to the tower of this airstrip. Where is it? We should have a small airport in this region, and always difficult to find it. And this airplane really doesn't have a GPS. It's the Archer 2. So it's quite close from the flight, really without any electronic help. Just get VOR, glide slope, no GPS, and that's it. We are supposed to pass close from the Villefranche airport, so I guess it should be here. And if it's not right here, it's maybe inside or over there. On the left wing, let's see if we already passed it, or maybe it's behind us. And there on the left wing you can see it. Alright, we were just a little bit too much on the north, and it's behind this small hill over there. And we notify Lyon. Your information, Fox November 3 and 4 Juliet Foxtrot is wishing to leave the frequency for tower at Villefranche, and they respond, Squawk VFR, can switch frequency, have a good flight. And of course I don't remember the frequency of this one, so this is explained 10, by the way. And we check the tower is not mentioned there, is it? No, it doesn't look like. There is actually a frequency really. So let's assume it was any frequency. That's not 123.5 for sure. It's an AFIS, I guess. And I guess that on weekend, Saturday, Sunday, they are not monitoring and controlling the area there. I don't remember exactly, have to check for the charts. And normally you have a lot of planes on a beautiful day there, and also wind sailor, I don't know how we call that, gliders. Yes, wind sailor, it's gliders in this area. Villefranche, good morning. No, I'm throwing for the first hot. 4,500, 4,200 inbound, 1 minute north. Report vertical. And we check what happens there. We have many traffics. We just take care. I think the pattern is on the west side. So right now we are facing south. And just for fun, we try to make a maneuver with this airplane, just for fun actually. So I will shut down the mixture and we try something really weird. It doesn't exist in a Piper obviously, but just for fun, huh? It's a game, so we can do this kind of things. and we are going to trim the airplane for say for clean 90, right, 90 knots. And now we make a 180 in this way. So really I don't think a piper can do this kind of stuff safely, really, because just you can overspeed the airplane. It's 140 knots already, or over G maybe, because you don't have enough controls. So where are we? Here the simulation is saying that the carburetor ice is now present. Conditions for carburetor ice are met. So I'm starting to build up ice in the carb, and we are going to make flaps 1 notch. I think we are a little bit higher, right? Much too high. Flaps 2 notch. Doesn't exist this kind of maneuver, that's right. Just today, because it's a Sunday and this is a simulation, can do this kind of things. But in the future I may try to avoid doing this kind of thing even in a simulation. We have now flaps 3. And we are, by the way, not safe to land because we are too slow. And we're going to stall just before the runway. Alright. That was Villefranche right there. Great, great. It works actually. So next time I try to make something more accurate, but probably not in France because the traffics and explain drones make it much more interesting. So probably going to do it in explain in area where there are drones that are actually traffics recorded. And that way they are quite unpredictable because the guy recording them made flights like humans do, just changing direction, doing weird stuff. And so these VFR flights, these VFR drones of PilotEdge are certainly something you can't really predict. Have to check, and next time we'll do something like that. Have a nice afternoon and see you sometime.